Kenneth Rooks joining us now. Kenneth, the steeplechase runner everyone's talking about around the country right now. Thanks for being here for a few minutes.
Thanks for having me.
So, I mean, everyone saw you fall and get up and at the very end come back to win a national championship in the steeplechase. Talk a little bit about your thoughts, I guess, 2 days removed from all that and all the national attention you're getting from this.
Well, I still feel like it's a bit surreal. In some ways, it's amazing to think that I was able to do what I did. And I'm so grateful for all the support that I've received, all the people that are reaching out and congratulating me. I'm grateful for the success that I've been able to have, and how much of a blessing it's been to other people's lives that I was not expecting. I definitely wasn't going into the race thinking that my performance would have as much of an impact as it would. But I'm just grateful. I have great family. I had some family there, and I also and lots of people watching remotely, and I have great teammates as well, and great coaches, and it's just been awesome. I'm so blessed.
When you fell, what went through your mind when that happened, and as you're getting back up? Can you talk a little bit about play-by-play as you got back into the race?
Yeah. So when I initially, we're about 2 laps into the race, and the guy ahead of me stuttered and kind of lost his bearings on the barrier. So he almost stopped, and I almost ran into him, and I was just trying to assess the situation and lost control of where the barrier it was. And so that by the time I was at the barrier, I just had to just kind of fall over it. And then with everybody running behind me, I actually was very fortunate not to get stepped on and spiked. I had people running over me, and I tumbled a few times. And initially, when I popped up, I think I assessed, okay, am I okay? Did I get spiked or stepped on? And I didn't. And then it was like, well, is my race done? What do I do now? But I was able to make the decision fairly quickly to just get up and keep moving forward. And then I just decided, I went into this race wanting to give it my all. And so I'm just going to continue to do that. I actually had a little bit of a plan beforehand. If I fell, I needed to just get up and then slowly work my way back up, because I thought, well, maybe it wouldn't necessarily put me out of the race, although most of the time a fall really can put you out of the race, especially the fall that I did. And so I just was, my mind was just shifting to that, like, okay, I need to just start moving, and start to just slowly get just a little bit closer. And I was able to do that and caught up with the pack in about 2.5 laps. So it took a while to catch up, but by the time I caught up and was with the pack, I was in position to maybe do something special. But I initially, when I was catching up to the pack, I wasn't necessarily expecting to win. At that point, I was just focused on, all right, I just need to catch as many guys as I can. And then I had enough left at the end to be able to kick for the win. But that's what was going through my mind during the race.
As I watched the video, it was really only in the final seconds that it became clear you were going to win. At what moment did it click in for you? Hey, not only did I catch up, but I'm the winner here.
I think it clicked in when I went over that last barrier, because I had such a good last hurdle. I had such a good last water jump too. That I was in fourth, and that last water jump I moved up into second place. And then I had a really good last barrier, and I was driving to the finish, and the crowd was roaring, and I realized that I was gonna outkick Bernard Keeter, who was next to me, and that's when I realized I was going to win the thing. And so I was just driving as hard as I could, and I think my mouth was wide open the last little bit, because I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna actually win this thing. So that's when it really set in that I was gonna win. I definitely had to. I made a big move with 400 to go to put myself up into second, but on the backstretch, a few guys passed me. I was starting to really feel fatigued at that point in time, and I was wondering, do I have enough to finish here in the top three? But I was able to get the win. So it was pretty awesome.
And you're no stranger to winning. You've won this race before, right? The steeplechase, the NCAA championship recently. But has anything this dramatic ever happened to you before like this, or does this go down as something to remember for sure in your career?
Oh, this is going to go down as something to remember for sure. I don't think anything as dramatic has happened to me before. I've won a lot of races, and there's been a lot of really cool moments, but in this race, being able to fall and get back up, it's a special moment. I don't know if there's really going to be anything that's going to be able to top this. Well, maybe, we'll see. But it was a really special moment to be able to pick myself back up after the fall and stay focused, stay present enough to get back up with the pack, and then be able to finish like I did. It was special.
Are you scraped up at all from falling, or how did that go?
I'm a little bit bruised. I am 2 days removed, and so the sore spots are showing up a little bit more. Like my shoulder and my tricep here is pretty sore, and then my back hip glute is pretty sore because I landed on my right side when I went down. I have a little bruise on my knee too, but yeah, I just little aches and pains, but I didn't get spiked. I didn't really get any scrapes. I did lose just maybe a little bit of skin on one of my knees, but it is not really a kind of a scrape that drew blood. So I was very fortunate and watched out for to be able to only just get away with some bumps and bruises.
Now, good to hear. Well, Kenneth, lastly, what are your future plans? What's next for you in your running and your collegiate career and so forth, moving on from this wild steeplechase event?
Yeah, I'm blessed to be able to have the opportunity to compete at the World Championships now because of how well I performed at US Championships. And so I'm looking forward to that opportunity coming in August. And my coach and I have a training plan to get ready for that. I'm also looking forward to, after that, being part of the cross country team this fall. That's my plan currently. We'll see how that all shakes down. It'll be a little interesting with just training, because my training plan is a little different than everybody else right now. But that's what my plan is currently. And then after that, just looking forward to getting ready for the Olympic trials next year, which has become a lot more real now that I've had the success that I've had this entire season. So that's kind of what I'm moving forward, but just trying to stay in the present. That's what's kept me focused, is trying to stay in the present. And that's what I plan to do.
All right. Well, Kenneth, congratulations on your miraculous win, and good luck with all your training and events coming up.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah. Thanks for talking.